from Illinois, double Ziya executive. Please welcome to the stage,
and I'm a recovered Lululemon addict. Sorry to our corporate team for putting these pictures up there, but this is how my story begins. Lulu is all that I would wear. We didn't have a Lulu by us, so we'd take family vacations, and I'd scope out where the nearest Lulu was. Usually a Cheesecake Factory was there too, so I could bribe the family to go. I could spend like hours in that store. That picture is my daughter with her chocolate that I bribed her with and my Lulu bag. So I was very, very loyal. I said I'd like to work at Lulu when I retired so I could get the discount.
Not anymore.
So this cute girl here, Kiki is the one that introduced me to Ziya. She was in a women's networking group on Facebook, and she had heard about this new activewear. And she called me up. She's like, Monica, this would be the perfect opportunity for you. She knew my Lululemon addiction. And I said, why don't you do it? And she said, well, I'm not really that into clothes, and I trust you, and if you approve, then maybe I would do it. So I was very skeptical. I love the idea, but I was skeptical because of the quality. I was worried the quality wouldn't compare to my Lulu. And so I did as much research as I could on the company, but they were only 6 months old. So I did all the YouTube. I searched everything. Couldn't find a bunch. So I emailed Ziya, probably Megan, with a list of questions, and she responded back with all the right answers and everything that I wanted to hear. So I chatted with my husband, and he said, what do you have to lose? And so when your husband tells you to buy workout clothes, you don't hesitate. You just run and buy those workout clothes. So when my kid arrived, the very first item that I picked up were those pocket light tights. I think they were called gray, but they were more like an olive color. And I put them on, and I was like, oh my goodness, these are absolutely amazing. And I had a pair of Lulus that had pockets, but every time I would squat, the pockets would flare out on my Lulus, and I definitely paid double the price. And so I would never wear them to work out because they bothered me. So I put those leggings on, and I squatted, and the pockets didn't move, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sold. This is like too good to be true. So I called Katie up right away, and I'm like, Katie, Ziya is the real deal. And she said, well, okay, that's awesome. I'm glad you love it. She's like, I'll probably sign up in a couple weeks, but I'm not gonna work the business. I'm just gonna wear the clothes and maybe take some pictures. She, at that time, had her own health and fitness online business, so she wasn't really wanting to add anything more to her plate. So she said she would just, take some pictures in the clothes and maybe try to get some sales. So things changed quickly. I know some of you newer reps probably haven't seen this map before, but early on, Ziya would send these maps out showing how many reps were in each state. And I was rep number 1303 in the company, and Katie was rep number 1361. So one day I was looking at this map, and I was like, Katie, I don't know, these numbers don't really add up. There's not even 1,300, it doesn't even add up to 1,300. So I emailed Ziya, probably Megan again. And I was like, we don't get it. Why is this like this? And she said, well, our computer system would only accept a 4-digit number. So we had to put a 1 in front of all of your rep numbers. And Katie and I looked at each other, we're like, oh my gosh, we're 303 and 361 in the entire company. And we both were like, oh my gosh, the potential here is huge. And at that moment, we were all in. We were going for it. I always forget to change these slides. There we go. So it was a very natural progression for us to build our team side by side. We were best friends at the time. Our husbands were best friends, and even our dogs love each other. Lila, who's Ziya up there. And Katie and I had just finished writing and publishing our very first cookbook together, so we knew that working together would be easy. As you may or may not know, Katie and I are total opposites. But I truly believe that has played a huge factor in our team's success. There's people that relate better to Katie's mentorship and coaching styles and others to mine. So I think that's been really helpful. How many of you are familiar with the Enneagram? Quite a few. So the Enneagram is a personality test that addresses how we work and communicate in stressful situations. It's been a great tool to use on our team to help us understand ourselves and, our teammates. We have a couple girls that are actually certified in, I guess you call it, an Enneagram training, and so they've done some team calls, and it's just been a lot of fun to dive into this. So I'm a 1. The perfectionist, the reformer, the critic, all those lovely things. And Katie is a 7. She's the enthusiast, the adventurer, like the golden retriever of the Enneagram. But the ironic thing is, the way those arrows go, if you're not familiar, so if the arrow is pointing towards a number, that is where you go when you're stressed out. So it's ironic that Katie, who is a 7, takes on characteristics of a 1 when she's stressed out. And if you go the opposite direction, that is a time of growth and, just you're in a good place. And so my 1 goes to a 7 when I'm stress-free and in a time of growth. So I always tease that vacation Monica is definitely 7. All right. Speaking of vations, this picture always makes me laugh. Katie is the fun one, who takes a lot of risk, and I'm more reserved, and this is about as risky as I get. That little monkey, he looks cute, but he's very ornery. And so our tour guide in Thailand said, as long as you keep 1 foot in the water, he shouldn't attack you or he shouldn't get you. So I should tell my face that I'm like, I don't know about this, but. She is always big picture, and I'm about the details. She's just do it, and I have to plan everything out. She doesn't like rules, and I'm a rule follower. She gets bored easily, and I'm usually content. She absolutely loves games, and I pretty much despise them.
Woo! Games!
She's always like, let's play a game. I'm like, no, let's not. So with all these differences, you may be wondering how we are able to run our team. Whoops, let me switch, see. With all these differences, you're probably wondering how we've been so successful building our team together. For one, we are each other's biggest supporters, cheerleaders. We're always there for each other. We share all the responsibilities in our team. We run things by each other before we post or anything in the team page as far as challenges or ideas. We run promos and challenges for our entire downline. We split the cost down the middle for the challenges, the team events, team dinners. And we run all of our training calls together, our team calls, our Discover Ziya events. We literally interact, I don't know, probably over 100 times a day. And her texts to me usually start with, I have an idea. I'm like, oh gosh. She exhausts me. So it's I don't know how she has all that going on, but it's fun to see so many of the girls on our team pairing up to run their teams together like Katie and I did. Even if you don't have somebody that you can build a team with, it's important to have somebody that you can bounce ideas off of, vent to, hold each other accountable. Maybe find somebody that has your opposite personality that will challenge you, but will also make you better. So we got this invite to do this on stage. Katie immediately messaged, and she's like, are you gonna do this? She knows my biggest fear is public speaking. And I said, I don't know, just thinking about it gives me heart palpitations. I don't know. And her response back was kind of whoa. She said, you either need to, this is all it said, you either need to face fear head on, or you need to tell them no thank you. And I responded back with, alrighty then. her, but only because of her. I don't So although we grow our business together, we do it very differently because of our personalities. I really dislike posting on social media. She loves it. I will post my outfit of the day on my IG stories. She'll share her entire day and tell you how to take pills with peanut butter or something. I don't know.
It's all on there.
She puts herself out there without a care in the world, which I absolutely love, but I'm definitely more cautious. But do you know the one thing that the things that we both do behind the scenes that guarantees the growth of our business? We are adding to our network. We are doing those reach outs and follow-ups daily, and we are doing that personal development. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be posting 3 to 5 times a day, and you shouldn't be doing a ton of IG stories, but if that's not you, it's okay. You can still be successful in this business without doing all that, as long as you post with purpose. So your call to actions, you're uplifting, you're entertaining, you're educating, you're always in the close. You're staying committed, so you're doing those reach outs and those follow-ups and that personal development every day, and you stay consistent. So for me, people are used to seeing me post once a week. So as long as I keep that up, I'm good. And doing my one outfit of the day. I really love it when Katie does a post for me or tags me in a post. I'm like, yes, that's my one for the week. But last but not least, you need to have that self-belief. You need to believe that you can do this. So work hard, pray more, dream big. Thank you guys.